No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
I'm deducting my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your day, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Maryann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
It's 6 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour, welcoming you to Hard Facts. This is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itamiyan Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I am Maryann Okon. How's your day been? It's the middle of the week already, but it's still the 8th of January, unfortunately. Snail speed. That's January. We need to get used to the fact that January comes and then it slows down totally. And then you're just counting your fingers and counting the days. But it's just... And the moment it just comes to an end, everything just speeds up. But hey, we're glad that we're in 2025 and we're alive. So why complain? Just let the days just roll by and make the best of it. Welcome to the show. As usual, we start off with the big 3 stories for today. And then, of course, we'll roll into other conversations. Let's start with the big stories. Of course, on the 4 o'clock hour, we'll be going to the southeast to talk about the insecurity there and the cries of the people in the southeast to their governors. My guest will be joining me from Ebonyi State. And also on the 5 o'clock hour on Balogun Broad, Dr. Muda Yusuf is going to be joining us as we set the ball rolling in terms of businesses and the financial sector for 2025. It promises to be a great conversation. Once again, welcome to Hard Facts.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the big 3 stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big 3 every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? The show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting her friend with her husband, knowing that.
You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. Let's get into the business of the day. These are the big stories for today. How lack of power, water, Japa, has degraded our health sector, and that's a story from the Vanguard newspaper. How lack of power, water, and Japa has degraded Nigeria's health sector. I'll give you some background. And this is a story written by Shola Gundikbe. He's the health editor, I know. Now, in some areas, 2024 budget rather brought a glimmer of hope to Nigeria's health sector. But overall, it was a year of ups and downs, and some areas saw progress while others faced obstacles. According to the Vanguard newspaper here, on the bright side, there was a new source of focus on basic health care, possible budget increases, better facilities, and more doctors and nurses being hired and trained in the local areas. Efforts to fight diseases showed some success. Better monitoring, vaccine drives, and community participation helped to cut down on the outbreak of illnesses like Lassa fever, like malaria and polio. The country made big strides towards making its own vaccines and treatments for common diseases, reducing its reliance on imports. Some states even saw mothers and children getting better care. This came from easier access to checkups and pregnancy, skilled help, births, and aftercare delivery. Programs to tackle poor nutrition and health also played a key role in all of this. With all the spending that we hear government is putting into health, did it lead to a better care and experience for patients? It's actually a point to ponder, according to the Vanguard newspaper. What continues, yes, we know, to beef up the overall health system. Even their efforts to gather, and study data, manage supplies better, and create rules for smoother teamwork in the healthcare. And this will definitely and must show results. But you remember the conversation I had with my guest yesterday about the health sector and the hope that he held on to, saying, well, the only hope is us. If we're not going to continue to have these conversations and push it so that our politicians and the people who are saddled with the responsibility of making sure that our health sector is, experiencing or gets to experience some sort of reforms. And it means that, whether we like it or not, we're going to be the ones suffering. Because Mr. President has decided that, look, the high and mighty are the ones who are going to be benefiting from some of these major health cares abroad. But then, of course, that points to the fact that maybe there is no room to consider bettering the lot of Nigeria's healthcare system. But I guess that they say, you know what they say? The ball's in our court. Let's move away from that to the Premium Times newspaper. A top story here says two Nigerian petroleum regulators failed to account for 331 billion naira, says an audit report. And I did listen to Kofi's show this morning, so let's piggyback on that. The audit report details regulatory failures as well as disregard for due process and accountability standards. Two agencies regulating Nigeria's petroleum sector could not properly account for over 313 billion naira, and their actions resulted in the loss of revenue to the government, according to the latest report by the Auditor General of the Federation. So it's not like it was budget or some, auditing company. It wasn't Price Water Cooper. I think that's what they're called, PwC. This was the federal government, the Auditor General. The two petroleum agencies indicted in this report are the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, I beg your pardon. The findings in the 2021 audit report, the latest by the Auditor General, are interim observations requiring the regulators to provide explanations to the Auditor General. However, even in the case, listen to this part, even in the cases where they provided the explanation, the Auditor General says some of these explanations were untenable. The more you look, the less you see. Like, Ogbeni, what are you saying? And the report detailed regulatory failures as well as disregard for due process and accountability standards. And here we are, ringing the bell of accountability. I keep asking that question, even though I sound like a broken record. Are we ever going to have a true picture of what happens in the Nigerian oil and gas sector? It's like we're never going to. Because every time we catch them here, they come out there. And half the time, nobody can account for anything. Why is it so difficult for us to get some level of accountability from these guys. And Mele Kyari is trying to tell me that he went to a Almajiri school and then from there he became, we don't care. Are you accountable? Yes or no? Anyway, let's move away from that. Atiku's men, we hear, El-Rufai, and what's this Abacha's guy's name? Al-Mustapha. They met with SDP leaders, and we've got pictures, circulating on social media of that meeting. Remember the last time, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe over Christmas, where El-Rufai came out to say, oh, he's not going to the PDP. But is he really? Could it be that El-Rufai is shopping for a new party? Because he looks like he's an outsider now in his own party, the APC. After all the screaming and shouting and pushing for the APC, he seems to have been left out in the cold. I might be wrong. And finally, I will let you respond to quick start over this one. The language, but Gani Adams, don't ignore Makinde's on security. Is it coming home to roost? You know, when we talk about insecurity, it seems a bit far-fetched because it's happening somewhere in the north or in the middle belt. So we just, But maybe because it's coming home now, it's getting close to us. Maybe we can begin to appreciate what happens there. And maybe you can take, but why wait for someone to call on? Because the number one job of the governor is to make sure that the people have some level of security and enjoy their livelihoods. So why does someone have to call on you? But again, great. The RA has called. Are they going to listen? Well, let's talk Lagos. The phone lines are open 0201-277-0993. That's the number for you to call if you are male. For the females, 0201-465-7190. We're live. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation if you're listening from outside of the country via Skype. It's at Nigeria Info FM. And you can send me a WhatsApp message, 08095975-805. I'd love to hear from you. The program is Hard Facts, and these are the big three stories for today. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
I am Ordinary Malik, calling you from First Park.
All right, Ordinary Malik, go ahead.
Happy New Year, Barika the Christmas.
All the best.
Maryann, Nasir El-Rufai, although he promised that he would never go back to PDP when he defected to APC, so he's searching for a new house. But do you know what?
What?
I don't trust any of them.
Okay.
Any of them. I don't trust any of their part and parcel, including me, with the problem of this country. We are never straightforward.
Okay.
The APC, they brought into power. What did they give to Nigeria? Look, Maryann, anyway, there's no point. Nigeria is not the same thing. For the insecurity that Makinde is talking about, you will see. It's not Nigerian.
Oh, Malik, I'm so sorry, but thank you for your thoughts. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Robert.
Robert, did you see me in your dream? Maryann.
You be my sister now. You be my sister. Okay, Auntie Maryann.
No. It's how you called me. Like you get what you want to tell me.
That's very good. You be my sister, Maryann.
Go ahead.
This, those who are perpetrated, those opinions you talk about, is it not the same thing? Number one, their name can never be mentioned. We not gonna know their name, or now the figure we go there, That's one. If you charge them to court, honestly, they will settle.
But this is not one person. These are departments and agencies of government who are supposed to be able to give account.
Do they have them? Is it the whole people in the agency? Say something did something now.
Well, unfortunately, whoever heads those departments would have to, come before the Auditor General and tell us exactly how much money they spent and what they spent the monies on.
Let's assume the head of the department is charged to court now for misappropriation of funds. Maryann, what you will hear is adjournment, plea bargain. That is, you bring some to the court, they collect it, and they let off the man go. I will be coming until the case will die. Is that not what we have been hearing in Nigeria? So the system permits somebody to steal much, settle the court, and go away free. If you thief Maggi, you go to Kirikiri. That is the way we find ourselves. Thank you very much.
Robert, thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Hello, Maryann.
Good evening. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Godman. First and foremost, Maryann, you're fine, oh. Hi.
Hey, probably.
You're fine, oh. Yesterday I went on YouTube. I was like, hey, see, shine beauty.
Bring money, bring money.
I was like, the I say God just pray, say take glory. Now spray glory on top of this one. You're not shiny. I don't think you're feeling
God, man, stop toasting me.
I'm not toasting. I'm telling you obvious. Okay. So on security, we need to, because I think Boko Haram had a plan of nationwide terrorism. So they wanted to start from the north and they will take it down south. So it's what that government is doing. It's an alarm call. We should be hyper sensitive in seeing that we tighten everywhere. And there's something I'm always looking at. I see all these Hausa people on this Okada, and I'm looking at them. I said, the day they want to mobilize, they can easily just use all these Okada.
God, man, you cannot just say the Hausa people are the ones that are wanted.
So we need to be very, very careful.
Yeah, but you see,
we need to tighten our
we need to be careful. But every Hausa person
not to come down here.
Yeah. I know.
So the government needs to be on deck.
I know. But
that's just my point.
All right, thank you. But I just need to correct an impression. Every Hausa person is not a threat. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you did listen to the conversation that we had last week, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, with Dr. Kach Ononuju, this it's a very interesting conversation that needs to be had again. And I told Kach that we were going to bring him back to talk about the insurgence that's happening in Nigeria, and the fact that we cannot just point fingers to a particular tribe, even though he himself was saying that this particular tribe has been mobilizing across the Sahel, across Africa. And he's saying, well, they may not necessarily be the ones at the core of it, but they're the ones that are being used. But I also don't appreciate if we say, oh, it's just every Hausa person. Should we be alert? Yes. Should we be careful? Should we be checking those who keep coming and migrating? Of course, Lagos is like a melting pot. I beg your pardon. You're going to keep having more and more people come into Lagos. But are we vigilant? And that's the question that I asked at the beginning of the conversation. For the South-West governors, are they going to heed the call of the Are? Emmanuel is calling us from Ajah. I can take this last call before we go on a break. Hello, Emmanuel. Sorry for keeping you on. Emmanuel, can you hear me? Oh, I think we lost Emmanuel. Emmanuel, join the conversation again, please. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Action Lady.
Yes.
Thank you. This is Christopher calling from Ikui.
All right, Mr. Chris, go ahead, please.
Quick one on the finding of NMPC, whatever money they said. The only thing I want to thank them for just letting us in the knowing. Nothing will come out of it, not be today.
Why are you thanking the NMPC? It's not just the NMPC. There are two government departments, and you're supposed to be thanking the Auditor General because he made this report public.
You just talk of the man who is in charge of everything, Medicare, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have been calling for the removal of that man. Did they make any move? Because we have these strong men, not strong institutions. We have strong men, not strong institutions. So nothing will happen. Nothing will come out of it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Then for El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna, right? Action Lady.
Go ahead, Mr. Chris. We are going for a break now.
Good. Quick one. The only Nigerians we soon. And they told us, they say politics is a game of number. I know the role El-Rufai played in APC government, Buhari government for 8 years. Is this something somebody will come and sit down with that man and say, we want to go into allegiance?
All right, we have to go on this break now. Thank you so much for calling, Mr. Chris. We appreciate it. When we come back from the break, I'll go to WhatsApp. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube. Post your comments on our live stream or send us a WhatsApp message 080-959-75805.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Ireti Bakari Yusuf, the host of Borderlines. First and foremost, it's been a whole year of the new show, Borderlines. We've covered several global issues, and we will continue to cover even more. Now, if you have any suggestions regarding Borderlines, whether it's how you want us to be better, what you want us to change, it'll be an interesting thing to learn from you. We will be most appreciative if you could share it with us. You will have to go to any of the Borderlines posts. Borderlines on YouTube at Nigeria Info 99.3, on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos, on Facebook, we post all the Borderline posts there, and also on Twitter, which is now called X. Just go there in the comment section, put your suggestions, and honestly, we're going to review as many of them as possible. If you like, you can hashtag Borderlines, all right? And if there's a story that you had been wanting us to cover, global events, global news, that's what we talk about. Until then, have a fabulous new year. Bye-bye, all the best.
For 3 decades, Chocolat Royale has been at the heart of your sweetest celebrations. From flaky croissants to decadent cakes, we've proudly served moments of joy, love, and togetherness. Here's to 30 years of baking with passion, creativity, and care. Made possible by you, our cherished customers. Thank you for letting us be a part of your lives, one delicious bite at a time. It's these moments that make the 30-year journey so meaningful. Whether it's a wedding cake, a warm loaf of bread, or a simple muffin shared with a friend, Chocolat Royale is about bringing people together. It's thanks to customers like you that we've been able to grow and evolve, striving to deliver the quality and service you deserve. Your feedback and encouragement inspires us to keep improving every day. Thank you for choosing us and for being a part of our community. We look forward to serving you for many more years to come.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If Modo Pueblo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody's receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he dumping my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform. If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Maryann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
This will be your most authentic news experience on the radio, and it's Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon. We're looking at the big stories for today. Shall I remind you what they are? Lack of power, water, Japa. Some of the issues that have degraded Nigeria's health sector. How long shall we continue in this downward spiral in our healthcare delivery system in Nigeria? Two Nigerian petroleum regulators have failed to account for 313 billion naira, says the Auditor General, and we're smiling. Atiku's men, El-Rufai and Al-Mustapha, and some other people met with the SDP leader. Could El-Rufai be shopping for a new party? And finally, Gani Adams is saying to South-West Governors, do not ignore Makinde's warning on insecurity. Do they need to be told? For a country that's had to record so many deaths, so many abductions, and so many injuries in less than 2 months, should governors be resting on their oars? Anyway, Mr. President was in Ghana yesterday as he attended the inauguration of the new Ghanaian president, John Mahama. And he said a very interesting thing, and you know me to bring you some information, even though I can tell them people are murmuring now, what's the meaning of this now? Hey, it's our president. Let's take a listen to Mr. President, his speech at that event. And then, of course, I'll keep taking more of your thoughts and comments, okay? It's still hard facts. Let's just listen to Mr. President briefly, and then we'll come back to taking your thoughts and your comments. Here's Mr. President in the Ghana capital, speaking to all of us, including you. Yes, of course. Take a listen. By the way, this video is courtesy of TVC.
Close relationship between our two nations. May we always walk in the way and in the spirit of these enlightened leaders. Ghana is in harmony with that spirit, and President John Mahama inauguration today reflect that. Your new president is a man of patriotic vision and substance. He loves
Apologies, just let me bring back that audio, okay?
He is a man of vision. He loves his nation and his people to the core. He believes that your nation has a mission and intend for you all to fulfill it. No one can ask more of a leader than that. President John Mahama and I share a deep friendship. My dear brother, I'm here to walk with you. You know, you can count on Nigeria's support at any given time. You call on me. We are your brothers and sisters. We shall always be there for you. May your administration be a profound success and progress for you, Ghanaians, and the entire region. I am confident that new government under the leadership of President John Mahama will work with Nigeria to strengthen this powerful bond, leading to greater shared progress, prosperity for the people of our two nations. I have no doubt that your administration will bring about positive change and progress. Your accession to the power should also mark a new and invigorating momentum in pursuing sub-regional and integration and progress. With laser focus, we can tackle our people's most pressing problem of poverty, youth unemployment, instability, insurgency, and many other problems hampering our desired progress.
I wanted you to hear that part because he mentions all of the problems that we're facing in our country, and he's saying that, in collaboration with Ghana, we could tackle all of these issues. Anyway, It's time to take your thoughts and comments. 0201 279 if you are male. For the females, 0201 465 7190. On WhatsApp, it's 08095975 Join the conversation on our live stream. I want to see your messages. Don't just watch the live stream. Post your comments there. In case you're trying to call me and it's not going through, go ahead and post your comments on our live stream. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Emmanuel is back. This is Emmanuel from Nigeria.
All right, Emmanuel.
Yes. Maryann, if El-Rufai let him go to New Nigeria People's Party.
Sorry?
Are you getting me?
Sorry.
So
the NNPP is almost a Kano State party now.
Pardon?
I said the NNPP is almost a Kano State party right now.
That one no concern Nigerians. If you like to go to any party, don't think for El-Rufai.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. You must really not like the man. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Maryann. Even against my wish, you always play these VN that are detrimental to my health.
I'm not Father Christmas. I don't grant wishes.
Mental health, Maryann. So whenever you mention that there are some people that will, just know that Mrs. Oboli is one of them, Maryann. If I go hospital, where I go last year and this year, and you cause away my mental health deteriorate. So, what has been said so far? The problem with our politicians, with our tricksters, is that they just go to these places. They don't bring home anything that will befit or benefit their own place. All the things that the president has said, can the same thing be said about him, Maryann? No. The answer is no. Just do your vox pop and ask questions that can this same thing, even in Ghana, rather, ask them that can the same thing be said about our own land and our president. The answer is obviously no.
Okay.
I wonder why they just go out there and go and sing and lip sing and just say something that. See, Maryann, there's something different from saying what you're saying and owning what you're saying.
All right, Mr. Bully, your time is up. Thank you.
Maryann, I don't vex.
Thank you for calling. Ayo is calling us from Lagos. Then I'll go to WhatsApp. Hello. Hi, Ayo. Your voice is back. Praise God, though.
Yes, make I eat alligator pepper. I don't eat them well.
Yeah, it works like magic, actually.
So, on the aspect of Atiku's boys coming in for alignment and realignment, you understand? I think I really cherish that. But this is what APC did. You understand? Under PDP were just communizing it. They say, nothing. And you see how it metamorphosed to the very strong party that edged PDP out. You understand? So the guys involved there, these are northerners. Thank God it's not even the southerners. These are northerners. You understand? And with what is going on with the kind of, the way they view Tinubu's government right there in the north. You understand? El-Rufai is somebody who has influence as far as the north is concerned.
Does he still have influence?
Yes. He was the one that stood behind the Tinubu.
That's because he was a governor. That's because he was a sitting governor. His predecessor has kicked him off. Or rather, the guy who succeeded him has kicked him off. So he might not have as much leverage as you think he does.
No, the fact remains that he finishes his 8 years as a governor. So I don't think he has to come back again.
Okay.
I get me.
Okay.
So the area I'm looking at this is that this guy has influence in the north. El-Rufai, as far as I know him,
okay.
has influence in the north.
Okay.
You understand? So
APC
can commonize them, as they like. But I know if God says they are going to see them because we are not happy with their government.
All right, Ayo, thank you very much for calling. So here's my 2 cents. Or rather, let me just ask a question because I don't want to get involved in the politics. All of these are alignments and realignments, in the words of Ayo. Where do we fall? Shebi, I've been telling you guys that we need to be aligning ourselves, because it's like we start waking up to our responsibilities when it's close to the time for elections. And I say, go and get your PVC. That's not it. When these guys, as soon as an election cycle is over, they start preparing. Where's our own preparation? Let me go to WhatsApp quickly. Aderemi from Mushin here says, while I empathize with El-Rufai and his present predicament in APC for now, but he created more political enemies for himself while being governor of Kaduna State. That was his own undoing in his failure to pass through National Assembly scrutiny for a ministerial appointment. Going to another party under the Tinubu administration will fail unless he finds his way to Tinubu or wait until after 2027. Interesting. Someone here says, sometimes it makes me laugh when some Nigerians still believe that they have a country. Yes, we do have a country, and I'd like to please disabuse your mind when you think that we don't have a country. What does that even mean? I'm not going to read this message, Kolawole, because Nigeria is a country, not this thing that you're saying. I've told you people, when you're sending a message to a radio station or a TV station, you don't expect us to read out these very unsavory things. I know it's what you're thinking, but there are better ways to tell someone to go to hell, and they look forward to it in the nicest way. But you guys don't know this, so I'm not going to read it. I'm skipping it, Kolawole. Someone says, Maryann, are you not tired of all these rhetorics? Please now. What do you want me to do, Bailey? What do you want me to do? This one here is from Olushoga in Odonla Ikorodu. He says, if these other politicians haven't learned a lesson on how divisive politics is played using random individuals who masquerade as good Samaritans, then the Wikes and Boala and Renos of this world have taught them nothing. El-Rufai must have to be wary of some people. I like this message. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. Mele Kyari celebrated 60 years today. Will he be retained by Tinubu? If he is still retained, it means Tinubu had skeletons in his cupboard and is afraid of him, and so as not to open that can of worms. Afiz Lawa from Alagbadu. Afiz, if you ask me, I don't know. Let's wait and see what plays out in the next few days. The president is back from Ghana, so let's hope and see. Let's hope to see the presidency taking seriously that audit report, and then of course several other allegations that have come up against the NNPC. Lara here from K2 says, I've been following the recent development in Nigeria's politics. In Nigerian politics, it seems like El-Rufai's relationship with the APC has cooled down significantly after his efforts to secure Tinubu's victory. Rumors are circulating that he's already aligned himself with Atiku, who played a crucial role in launching his career. It's likely only a matter of time before El-Rufai makes an official announcement about his new political allegiance. Larry Bashir, thank you for your message. El-Rufai should just accept his fate. I wish I could ask this. Okay, Henry. Okay. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. I hope you're doing great. Look, as far as my country, Nigeria, is concerned, nothing surprises me again. For Nigeria is just on a cruise. Ken from Surulere. Now, wow. Empty promises every day and every round of political circle. Empty promises of free bananas and kill Jesus. Jeremiah, what is the length of breath? What is this message, please? Because I'm not understanding. Never corruption yet. As it is what it is. Your message, Sha. But Maryann, make I ask you, Seth, that Kyari man, is he unsackable? Because I'm sure you meant to say, you're writing English and Pidgin and say, because him has stayed too much as GMD in NNPC. For El-Rufai, I'm not surprised because he's just exhibiting the behavior, characteristic, and greed of a typical Nigerian politician. For the call from Sheyi Makinde regarding insecurity in the southwest, the governors better wake up and do the needful. Mr. Tinubu in Ghana says to work with you. See as guess one teach pot how to cook food. Chai, in voice they vex me safe. This one here says, good afternoon, Maryann. The President Tinubu should continue talking without action, promises that will not be fulfilled. This has been the hallmark of Tinubu's led government. Obianuju from Ikotu. Thank you for your message. I'm going to go back to the phone lines. I've got about 8 minutes before we wrap things up here. It's still the big three. Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
My name is Peter Usifa. I'm calling from Abanoja.
Happy New Year, Peter.
Same to you, my sister. God bless you. Yeah, my take. I want to speak on El-Rufai and some of Atiku's men going to SDP to see if they can form any alliance for merger. In my opinion, any merger at the moment or coalition is dead on arrival.
How so?
Yes, because I believe the president is trying at the moment.
That's
And,
you, sir. What's the
it's
percentage
only-
of you that believe? You see, that's you. Speak for. You see, that's why I say when you come on air, speak for yourself. Say I believe.
Yes, I said I believe.
Because
I didn't say we.
so
I
when
said
so
I.
you, sir, you're one person. You cannot tell me that a measure of powerful people who are maybe more powerful than you is dead on arrival. I don't understand. Is that not how the APC was birthed?
Okay. So anyway, it is only probably towards the end of this year or early next year that we will know which is which. Then, as for the coming of these northwest terrorists to the southwest, I think it's that rumor which was peddled at one time that Sharia law may be introduced in the southwest, which has been refuted. But with this now, with this, Gani Adams saying that it is true that what the Oyo State governor said, Makinde, may be correct. That means penal laws or Sharia is on the way to the southwest. We have to be very careful.
All right, Peter. Thank you very much for calling. Sharia law cannot hold here. Come on now. Are they going to drug all of us and we'll go to sleep? Come on now. Is this a joke? Who's am I calling us from Ikotu? We lost that call. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon. Yes, you are on to Felix from Ikorodu. Please, just give me 60 seconds for me to express my feelings as a natural scientist, engineer, and...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please call me back. Your line went off. Hello.
Good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon.
My name is Prince Y. Calling you from Amuodofi.
Go ahead.
Is El-Rufai want to form a new political party at this stage?
I don't think that there's any story saying that El-Rufai wants to start a new political party. He's meeting with leaders of certain political parties does not necessarily mean that he wants to start one.
All those people that met SDP leaders, they are all politicians. So maybe they are doing the rehearsal for 2027. But for me, I don't think it can work. But if it works, best luck for them. As for me, anybody that emerge as a president of this country 2027 is my president. But presently, I just want Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to do the NIPI. 4 years is enough to make history. 4 years is enough to develop the country. I just want him to give me 24/7 electricity, but our road, this coastal road should be nearly completed before leaving office. Electricity should be constant, and that's what you expect. Miriam, this man can do it. You know, we talk of.
Okay, your time is up. Your time is up. I'm so sorry. I have to let you go. I was really waiting for you to land. Emeka is calling from Satellite Town. Hello, Emeka.
Maryann Okon.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
You see, these alignments and realignments, people don't seem to understand how our own politics works in this part of the world. For me, one thing I would have loved is to see the APC get booted out come 2027. But these big forces who are realigning or aligning, they are neglecting the most important part of our political journey, which is the process. What are we going to do about INEC? Because INEC, as presently constituted, can never deliver free and fair elections. So what I expect them to do is to start a conversation about how to reform this process.
Who's they?
So these political bigwigs who are realigning, they should be able to put together
so they should change a system that works for them and is highly beneficial for them. You're joking.
Yeah, why are they realigning?
You're joking.
So
where's your red nose? You're joking.
So they think by realigning now, they're going to remove the
But that is their business. That is where their interest lies. They want to get something out of it. What about us? Who these leadership... Look.
We also
Emeka, you're not understanding me. Calm down.
The conversation now should be about INEC. What to do about INEC?
So, wait.
This institution called INEC,
the people that set up INEC as it is now, Emeka,
if they don't do something about it,
they're not going to do anything about it. That's what I'm saying. If the system is rigged in my favor, why would I want to change it?
But okay, why are they realigning? The aim of the realignment is not to get the APC out of power.
Okay, were they not successful the last time? Didn't they get what they wanted?
You people don't seem to understand the man in the stardom. If you know how powerful that man is, the person in the stardom, the commander-in-chief.
Okay, but Emeka, so I also put it to you that you don't also understand how powerful you are, and that's why you're letting people take you for granted, and that's it.
What I'm saying. We should be having that conversation now. All this realignment is not important. We align from today to tomorrow, put together all the big generals.
Okay.
Insofar as the process remains the same.
All right, Emeka, I have to let you go because of time. I appreciate where you're coming from, but it's just like saying that a slave master, let's go and dialogue with the slave master to do stuff that will benefit the slaves. He doesn't care. As long as whatever is done or whatever the system is beneficial to him, he would never be bothered. Yes, can he pay lip service to say, I'm going to better your law? He's not going to do anything for you. So what are you supposed to do? Look within yourselves and start your own alignment and realignment. And because you're larger in number and your voices are powerful, you start by regrouping. And then you can make your demands. But if you are waiting for your slave master, I'm sorry, joke's on you. Jesu Lokwe is calling us from Ikeja.
And I'm not Jesu Lokwe, I'm Titi Lokwe, Mary. I'm Titi Lokwe. Don't really.
Titi.
Yes, don't give.
I saw Jesu Lokwe. See me see problem.
Don't give me another name. This is New Year.
You have been rechristened. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. You see, the last caller said it's very, very important. It is a very important question. You know, if the umpire is still going to be biased, if the umpire is not going to be credible, if the umpire is still going to be like what we had then, you know, consecutively now, this man told us in 2019 was going to have an election, just about 3 hours to election, he postponed the election. That is a mark of irresponsibility. It disgraced Nigeria before the whole world. 2023, he brought up another shameful thing again. So if you don't have a credible umpire, I think that is why many people are sick, you know, having problem with the legitimacy of Bola Tinubu. He won the election. I believe he won the election. Though too controversial, but he won the election. But we need an election system that is very clear, clean, and acceptable to all. But somebody said earlier that if the president is able to make history, the president has already made history. He has already made history. Look at the democratic poverty we have all over. Hunger everywhere. You know, start in Ibadan, start in Anambra, start in Abuja. All of that are history.
All right, Titi, our time is fast spent, so I have to let you go. I don't have time anymore. I apologize to Stanley who was waiting to talk to us. Our time is fast spent. We've got to go for a break. And then maybe when we come back from that break, I can take more calls if I have time. We'll be back after this break. It's still the big three. On the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to the southeast to talk about the insecurity and what the governors need to be doing, just as they're calling on the Southwest governors to, you know, get ready, saddle up. We'll be right back after these messages.
Millions of listeners. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.